video. I'm still here. So what I was thinking is, for the time being, we'll see how long it lasts or if I come up with something new, because, you know, it's kind of how I roll, that I would do monthly videos. So this is for the month of September. I know y'all love your motorcycles, but they're really loud, especially when you're trying to do a video. And I think that's another reason, like, I was able to do so many videos during quarantine because nobody was out and it was so quiet. But in the summer, I live by the water, everybody wants to be out, and I get it, they're living their best life. But it's a little noisy, so we just have to roll with that. And by we, I mean, well, I guess you, because I still haven't really figured out the whole editing thing, so sorry about it. Oh, hey P, you want to be in the video? Look at that little cutie. Oh, and I got some sunflowers. I have been going to Trader Joe's, which I forgot how much I love that store. Like, I love it. It's my favorite place. So I got some sunflowers and I got some daisies when I was there today, and they're like hot pink and I love them. They make me so happy. And oh, these carts are just jumping out. Oh. And what else? What else is going on? Okay, I usually do 5, so I feel good about that. You just want to be in the video, you little cutie? Oh, I gave Porter a bath yesterday. That was fun. Okay, so let's go over a few notes, because you guys, I wrote down notes. Who is she? I don't know. Okay, so it's Virgo season, which means we have a Pisces full moon on September 10th, and we do have Mercury retrograde. Right now we're in the retro shade, but Mercury retrograde is going to be in Libra, and that's on September 9th. So it might be a little sticky icky. Okay. Every time, huh? She's like, what, Mom? I'm thirsty. But I'm pretty sure, like, every single video she drinks water, or, you know. And we have a ridiculous amount of retrogrades going on right now. We've got a Jupiter retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Pluto retrograde, and a Chiron retrograde. Chiron retrograde. So, you know, I just kind of have to roll with it, which is why I thought I'd come in here and do a little energy reading for the month of September. So, first we got the Thinking Woman, which feels very Virgo, very analytical, very, you know, you can be a little more critical, so make sure that you show yourself love and compassion. We've got a man holding a coin. We like that. So, you know, I'm very much more so not into like the genders, but the energy. So I feel like we'll say this is more of that sun energy, more of that motivated doing energy. But we're going to balance that with our lovely goddess of the moon energy. And, you know, what did I say? We've got a Mercury retrograde in Libra. So we're going to be working on balancing that sun and moon energy. Oh, and maybe it will be something to do with relationships, and maybe it's you need to figure out a better way to harmonized together. And, you know, maybe the world could too, because that would be cool. How about that? Okay, we like it. I like it. I don't know if you like it, but I dig it. Okay, what's next? Let's do, oh my gosh, if you could see her, she is just staring at me. We're gonna do an animal spirit card to see what kind of animal wants to assist us this September. I don't know if I told you guys, but I, for the longest time, thought that I was a Sag rising. And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense because I'm just so sassy and I need to be right all the time. Okay, well, I have Saturn in Sagittarius, so that makes sense, right? But I am a Scorpio rising, and that's why, like, this is my jam. This is my happy place. I like the woo. And we got the owl. And I love that. For a while, I was buying, like, all sorts of owl things because it just felt like, I don't know, it was just the vibe I was picking up on. So let's see what the owl. The owl, abundance, clairvoyant, treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasure is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money quarrels, scarcity, to bring into balance an offering. So that's beautiful. The owl has so much wisdom. And another fun fact, so the North Node is currently in Taurus. So if you were born around like 86, January to whatever, I don't know the exact dates, I didn't write it in my notes. But you are going through a nodal return right now. And for me, my South Node is in Scorpio, my North Node is in Taurus. And so I just feel like right now I'm really finding this balance between staying connected, staying grounded, but also with that Scorpio, like there is that part of me that loves to go deep, that loves to connect, that loves to unearth, what's beyond the surface. And I think that I have to stay grounded when I'm doing those kinds of things. And I've been like spending too much time on TikTok. I'm really trying to cut out that habit because I do feel like it's kind of a time waster, but it's also like so interesting because people are so unfiltered and they're messy and they're human and they're complicated and they're like all of the things. But then I think there's also this side of like spiritual TikTok, for example, where people are trying to get to ascension and like be above like the human experience. But I think we want to get as deeply connected to ourselves and our heart as we can so that we can be present, so that we can help, so that we can be brighter lights for this world, not completely disconnect from it, because I don't think that helps anybody. That's all I'm saying. Do what you want with it. But okay, so I'm just working on that, trying to stay connected and also connect to that higher power, because it is a part of me. And when I don't have it, I feel very, I guess, unfulfilled, maybe would be the word. I don't know. It's interesting. She's laying on the ground. That dog, let me just tell you, if I'm on the phone, she is like, why are you not paying attention to me? And we'll go and bang her bowl, and it's just, she's an only child. I discovered she's a Leo moon, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. She needs attention all the time. Nothing against Leo moons, I'm just saying. You just gotta be aware of it. So bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. And, you know, with all of this crazy energy in the sky, you want to find those places that really help you stay connected, because they're like Gemini. We got something in Gemini that's just like gonna wreak a little bit of havoc. I can't remember which planet. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. But we can feel very distracted and can be pulled this way, and there's two sides to every story, and you gotta find the truth then. So just make sure that you're using discernment. Make sure that you are really focusing on what's true, where it came from, who makes money from this. Like, you gotta dig deeper, you know? So, and find your places that just help you recharge. Maybe it's the lake, maybe it's a forest, maybe it's a yoga mat, maybe it's meditation, like whatever that is for you. And then I do really like these cards. They're my Shaman's Dream Oracle. And I bought a book on shamanism just because, you guys, I will nerd out on anything and everything. Like, I'm not going to become a shaman, but I want to learn about it. Like, I love to learn about things. And so I did some decluttering because, I don't know, I just was feeling like I've lived here for 5 years, and I love this little apartment. Like, the location is really what it's about, but also, like, it feels like home. And before I lived here, I moved around quite a bit when I ended a relationship, and I just felt really unsettled and ungrounded, and I was living with my parents and back with, and it was just like, oh. And I think for living here, I've really discovered, like, who I am and what I'm about and what makes my heart happy. And yeah. Okay, so I keep getting this card. I've pulled it multiple times for myself. And I mean, with so many planets retrograde, it's called Lost in Space. Feeling lost, needing direction and focus, a 24-hour day. Sometimes in life, we lose our way. Perhaps falling prey to addictive behaviors, jealousy, comparison, resistance, or fear. This happens especially when we are up-leveling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us, hidden in the vast expansiveness of space, wants to sabotage our progress. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe or inhabitable, as we find that our thoughts and beliefs have morphed beyond recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or determine the next step. You might be tired and simply need to regroup and rest. When you lack direction, the first thing to do is redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you're invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone can handle living in 24-hour compartments, which allows everything to feel grounded and manageable. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up in the giant vastness of the future with its dark uncertainty, or reflect on how your past has held you captive in a hall of distorted, never-ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and flaws, failures and losses. Take heart that the simple 24-hour container immediately banishes those two awful eternities away. You will find your energy and focus restored as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Keep it simple. Right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic, fundamental ways, and the world will be right again. And I did do that when I pulled this card a while back, and I just let myself be. And I really do think this world is crazy. This world is disheartening. It's heartbreaking. There's so much pain, and I think if you're watching this, you're probably a highly sensitive person. You're probably connected, you're probably more spiritual. And I found that when I started on this path, I really felt like I had connected with all these really amazing people, and we all had the same beliefs and values. And I discovered over the past few years that that's not true. And so what I had to do is search for people that somebody is very angry. Somebody needs to go take a 24-hour break, I'm sure. That were connected to spirituality, but also still connected to reality, and not needing to get to that higher place. Yes, I do believe that we can vibrate higher, and I do think that eating healthy foods and getting sleep and drinking water and all of that is just good for the human experience. But I don't think that completely disconnecting from your body or doing a bunch of drugs that's just, and maybe it's because I have this fear that if I were to take something, it could trigger something, because it is in my, well, I don't know if it's, but my birth parents, had mental issues. And so I always have this fear, of doing something and then triggering something. And that's why for me, it's so important for me to have structures, routines, stay grounded, in my body, because I do think that it would be easy for me to get caught up in space. And I want to stay grounded. I want to be here. I want to stay connected. And so I found podcasts and YouTube people and that are still, here's the thing. I believe in spirituality and I believe in science, and I think that science is catching up with spirituality, and I think that that's beautiful. And I believe that love is love. I believe that, I'm pro-choice. I have all of these beliefs that I just thought, if you were a spiritual person, you would have those beliefs. But I've realized that, no, it's not the case. And so that is that. But yeah. Oh, and I did pull this card, and I just wanted to show it for the new moon in Virgo, which was yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, depending upon when I post this. And it was chop wood. And I think that Virgo is a beautiful time to just take care of those mundane things. I have been doing a lot of decluttering, a lot of cleaning. I found a book that just really helped me get my cleaning and organizing and decluttering underway. And it's just, I think it's called The Big Let Go. And there's a podcast too. So I think her name's Monica Faye, but yeah. Okay, let's pull a Miracles Now card. I don't think I'm going to do a Sacred Rebel this time. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll just do like a Cliff Notes Sacred Rebel. Okay. Do you want to come out or no? No? Does everybody talk to their cards? Just me? That's cool. Okay. I begin my day with love. I love that. And, you know, I really, have been very intentional about a morning practice or a morning routine the past 3 months, I'd say. And it is like night and day. I feel so much better. That's just me. You do you, boo. But my morning routine used to consist of me just laying in bed until I got in the shower and watching TikTok. And I'm sure you can just guess how that was for my mental health. So now I wake up. I admittedly still do watch 10 minutes of TikTok. And then I get in the shower, and then I make my coffee, and then I meditate, and then I journal, and then I get ready. So, I don't know, something about watching a little TikTok and then getting in the shower feels like it cleanses me. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I told you, just do what you want, but do what makes you feel good, you know? It doesn't have to be so structured, but I love that. Okay, conscious connections. Let's see what that says. I do think that I've kind of been afraid to do YouTube videos just because I know not everybody thinks like me, and there was a time that I wanted to fight and I wanted to argue, and then I realized that that's really not my nature. I am an introvert, I am a lover, I am that's just not me. I want to go deep with you. I want to really get to know you on a personal level. I want to uncover the layers, you know? I don't want to just fight with people about stuff that, we're never going to see eye to eye. I'm never going to convince you that I have the right point of view, you know? And I think that I just got so burnt out just fighting people. And admittedly, it's because I was in the fight response, you know, fight, wait, what is it? I always screw it up. Fight or freeze or flee or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I think I was listening to a podcast by Jessica Butts, and she was talking about how introverts react when they are pushed into a corner. And we fight. But I'm over it. I don't want to fight. But I also know that like connection is really important, and putting your voice out in the world so that other people do not feel alone, so that other people are like, oh, okay, I'm not alone in these beliefs. And I don't know, that just makes me think of this card. So let's read it. There's a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you are willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Sometimes it is hard to bear the differences between one another. One person may be willing to live life in high definition, whilst another person may prefer to live it more vicariously until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love, to be loved, and to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. If you have asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you and want to play life with you rather than at odds with you or against you, then this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. This will give you wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. I love that. Like, okay, I hear you. If you've been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together according to the greater workings of life. Sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is appropriate as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings. Partners, you're fine, baby. Go lay down. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free, forgive, and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating, either with a person who has been in connection with us for a time, or with someone new. This oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. Alright, well, I love that. And I mean, I honestly think that these readings are as much for me as they are for whoever watches, you know? So, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and begin your day with a little more love. Alright, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful nap, and I will see you in